Hey guys, it's India Monee, the baddest, and welcome back to my channel. And today we're doing another podcast episode of Insecure Season 4, Episode 2. This episode was called Low Key Distant, and I feel like a lot happened in this episode. It wasn't super action-packed, but it left me with a lot of discussions to have about like friendships and relationships. So I feel like this was a good episode. So it all starts off where Molly and the friends, they're all, well, first off, we're going to talk about Asian Bae later. Okay, so basically everyone's in the rooms. It's Molly, it's Issa, it's Kelly, and it's Tiffany. And one key thing that I noticed that stuck out was when Molly was talking about Asian Bae, and then Kelly goes, well, I already heard this story, so I don't want to hear this again. And that was a super red flag to me, because clearly Issa didn't know the story. And I just feel really passionate about like the friendship topic and the friendship aspects of these episodes, because I'm really passionate about friendships, but I'm passionate in the sense of like, if you're my friend, you're my friend. And I know personally it's something that I have to work on. I am possessive with my friends because I like who I like, and if you're my friend, then I like you, and I don't really care about anything else. But we're gonna get more into that. So you can tell that like Issa was like, oh, there's a story about Asian Bae, I don't know, like, you know, what's going on. So you can clearly see that they are definitely not on the same level anymore. They're kind of drifting apart. They're not telling each other everything. But I love the costumes. They were so black, like the Clovers. I think she was Cleopatra. Issa was a jigaboo from School Days. If you know, you know. And Kelly was the character from Baps. So I really like the costumes. What happened next? Okay, Molly. Okay, so Molly was talking about Asian Bae, and she was basically saying how she really likes Asian Bae. She wants to talk to him, but she feel like all they do is have sex and they don't talk. And I just feel like Molly is really like the dumbest person when it comes to relationships. Because I'm like, how old are they? They're like 30s, right? I feel like at this point, you're too old to be trying to work backwards. You like this man, but you already like, you know, been having sex with him. And I'm not saying that you can't like have sex with somebody and then realize you like them and start relationships. But I'm like, it's kind of hard to do it that way. And, you know, I mean, she did tell him that she was feeling him. She had feelings for him, and he just kept doing what he was doing. But I'm like, I don't want to have that mindset of niggas gonna be niggas, but niggas gonna nig. So, I don't know. I just really sometimes don't be having high expectations for people. And I feel like Molly really has high expectations, and she thinks that things are gonna go her way when that's not the way that this is set up. So, in this episode, we also see TSA Bae again. A lot of explicit content here. It was a lot. This one was a lot. We seen this booty last episode, and this episode was a lot. But to find out that he got 2 kids and went on the way, at this point, I was like, Issa is so woke and so self-aware of herself that she don't even care that she's like fucking with somebody with kids and went on the way. Like, I feel like what I could respect about Issa in this moment is that she's detached from her trash. Like, she's like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna be okay with it, and I'm just gonna move on. Like, that's, in my opinion, the best way to be, because if you're detached from your trash, then ain't no feelings attached. I mean, I do think that like they're too old to be doing this a little bit. You need to get some growth from the trash, but she is so like serving herself, and she was just like, you know what, this isn't serving me anymore, so I'm moving on, which I can respect. You know, I love that. So the whole situation with Condola and Issa. Okay, let's just jump right into this whole thing, and then we could talk about Lawrence. Okay, so Condola and Issa kind of talked. It got kind of awkward when she told her she was going on vacation pretty much with Lawrence, and how it was romantic and all of that. And they talked, and they were like, you know what, we're just gonna be friends. We're gonna move on from this. They don't want us to be awkward. Cool. That's cool. Like, Issa is better than me, boo-boo, because I'm not being cool with nobody who is with my ex-boyfriend of 5 years. Like, there's no way I can move on from that. And honestly, I don't think that this relationship is going to end up being good. Like, this relationship is not going to prosper. I feel like this friendship is not going to blossom the way that they may want it to because of this, because of Lawrence. So Condola goes to Lawrence. Well, she doesn't go to him, but it kind of comes up that her and Issa were talking about him. And that was awkward as well because he's like, why are y'all talking about me? What are y'all discussing? Blah, blah, blah. And then Lawrence goes back to Issa and he's like, look, can y'all not talk about me? So number one, that shows like that Issa doesn't know how Condola told Lawrence that. So number one, that automatically shows me that I can't trust you because you're going back to him, telling him this and this and that. And I understand that's your man. And I mean, we all share things with our man about our friends. And it kind of came up kind of organically. It wasn't like she kind of told him. But since Issa and Condola are building a new friendship, I feel like it's like that those boundaries, how can that ever work? It can't work. And then the fact that Lawrence whole ass pulled up on Issa like in person and was like, look, I don't want y'all talking about me because I really want this to work. Like, you out of line, nigga. Like, don't call me, don't pull up on me and say this. I feel like it was just so uncalled for. Even though it did work out, it seemed like, the conversation was productive, but I just feel like the conversation was like very unnecessary to me because now the lines are so blurred because y'all are hitting each other up. And then afterwards, Issa felt like it was okay for her to call Lawrence to be like, hey, like, can I tell Condola that we met up? And he's like, nah, don't tell her. I don't think it was that deep. So it wasn't that deep, but it was deep enough for you to pull up at my house to talk about it in person. But I can't tell her that we talked. It's not that deep for her to know that you put up at my house and came to me in person and told me this and this. No, nigga, it's deep. Because if it wasn't that deep, you wouldn't have pulled up on me. So, and then Issa felt like she could talk to him and be like, hey, how you doing? That's where we see the blurred lines. And I feel like they may spill over into a friendship again. I don't think Issa's going to mess with Lawrence again. I'm not sure. But I feel like the lines are going to be blurred and Condola is going to be mad at Issa for somehow communicating more with Lawrence, or Lawrence going to be communicating with Issa. And the lines are too blurry and y'all trying to build this friendship. And that's why this can never work. It can't. There's just no way. So let's jump back into Molly's shit with Asian Bae. So I don't really like Asian Bae. I just feel like he just a toss around. Like, girl, just get your nut and go. Like, just take it. Cause I mean, I just can't deal with Asian Bae. So she tries to open up to him. She tries to tell him she likes him and all of this stuff. But Molly, I just feel like she just missteps. She just missteps in her relationships. And this is a common thing for her. And I feel like she's not learning and she's trying to make things better. And I just feel like I'm the type of person, if you're not giving me what I want right then and there, like, I mean, I think that it's cool that he did end up calling her and was like, hey, I understand what you were saying, but I need to open up to you more. But I feel like I shouldn't have to do all that for you to, like, I just don't have the patience. And Molly got a lot of patience with Asian Bae, but it don't seem like she having patience with Molly with Issa and her new friend. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Moving on. When Molly and Issa go hiking and, doing their self-care Sunday. I love that they have this solidified day with each other. I love that. So Molly basically talks to Asian Bae. He tells her, like, what we just talked about. And she's kind of happy about it. And then even before that, Issa made the comment, like, oh, like, what happened? And she just said, like, are you tired? Because I'm tired for you. And I was like, damn, Issa, you literally just read Molly. But I feel like we're all feeling that. Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, Molly is misplacing her steps in its relationships. And she's just so dramatic. And she's such a hater sometimes. And I'm tired. I'm tired of Molly too. I'm like, damn, sis. Like, can you just get something right? Because you really losing right now. But I felt some type of way about the way that she reacted to Issa saying that, because I'm like, you literally just said in the last episode, like, talking about how, like, like, do you not want to be happy? Because I feel like you really like a messy life, or whatever her comment was. So I'm like, don't be a hater hoe. Like, if you can't dish out your shit, then don't dish it out. Don't. So I feel like this whole episode was really all about communication and the communication needs to be had between friendships and relationships, because right now all of these relationships are looking pretty toxic. Asian Bae and Molly looking kind of toxic. TSA Bae and Issa looking kind of toxic. Molly versus Condola looking kind of toxic. Lawrence and Issa talking again, looking pretty toxic to me. Okay, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I think that the situation with Condola and Issa is not going to end well. I feel like it's going to go sour. I think before that relationship goes sour, I think Molly and Issa are going to get really, really nasty, and it's not going to be pretty. I think that Asian Bae is not going to fuck with Molly the long way as she wants him to. I feel like he may give her a little bit, but then he's going to pull back for whatever reason. Molly is like, I feel like she needs to start all over on a clean slate with a new man and just do things in the right order. Because Molly is very professional. Molly is very like detail oriented, and I feel like she just needs to start from the beginning and just go from there. I feel like Issa and Lawrence are definitely going to have some blur lines soon. I feel like Lawrence was wrong for pulling up on Issa and trying to tell her what to do with at that point. Control your woman, control your girl, control your bitch. Like, don't be pulling up on me trying to tell me what to do. No, control your girlfriend, because that's your girl, right? Okay, now be quiet, all right? So I feel like that's going to be a situation there, and it's just a lot going on, but I'm loving the different dynamics in the episodes and the different type of relationships we're seeing, and all of that is really interesting to see in 2020, and I think it's giving us some depth and some things to talk about, because I had this conversation on Twitter, and I want to ask you guys this, so I hope you guys will comment in the comments so we can chat and get to discussing. What do you do when your best friend is getting close to someone else? Like, how do you handle that? Like, what's the strategy? What do you do? And you might not favor them. You might not think that this is the person you want to hang out with. What do you do in that situation? So let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what was your favorite part of the episodes and what you thought about the situations and the relationships. And I hope to see you guys back here for our next episode. Posse out.